CDOT has some magic powers. Kinda. When we found out that CDOT is going to penalize the contractor building I-70 because the highway flooded earlier this month, their pumps failed, we stumbled across this emergency safety feature that CDOT can use to get your attention. It's pretty close to magic, as long as you still listen to over-the-air radio. Here's Marshall Zellinger.
Okay, I know radios don't sound like this anymore, but you get the point. If you, like me, still listen to the radio in the car, you could get an emergency warning if something major happens in the new lower portion of Central 70.
The antenna signals in the tunnel are strong enough to override your radios as you're coming closer.
CDOT has installed a radio frequency takeover system approaching the I-70 tunnels near the Purina Plant.
So if there's a car fire, it'll tell you that there's a fire and to evacuate the tunnel. These alerts will also go off if there's a tornado in the area and will tell you what to do and what your next steps are. They can also go off if there's a bomb threat in the tunnel or if there's a hazmat spill as well.
It's one of the safety features we learned about this week. Another, a PA system. These black cone-shaped speakers on the roof of the tunnel have already been used to tell people to stop walking on the interstate. They can also be used in the event of an emergency, just like the radio takeover.
Any model car, it doesn't matter how old it is, the system will not work if you are listening to Bluetooth, if your radio just doesn't work in general, or if your radio is turned off, or if you're on a phone call.
CDOT could not test the system for me today since everyone around us would hear the message. I'm told you have to be close for your sing-along to be interrupted.
So if you're over on Quebec Street on I-70, your radio won't be overridden if you were that far away from the tunnels. So let's say you are 10 cars behind and there's a car fire or you're approaching a fire, your radio will be overridden with the important messaging to let you know how to evacuate.
I am still curious about the science of this, but I reached out a little too late to a couple of universities for help on how the science works. I got an email that said this is used in Switzerland, did some quick research and saw an article about emergency vehicles using this in Europe. For everyone who doesn't get over for an ambulance in America, in Europe, at least in, maybe it was Sweden that the article said, I can't quite remember, that the ambulance uses it to tell people as they're approaching them, we're behind you, get out of the way in case you can't hear us.
So like your radio's turned up loud, the ambulance is behind you, and all of a sudden your radio just like flips over and is like, move, Buick, get out the way.
It relies on you listening to the radio. I listen to the radio on my way into work. Do you?
Not so much. What do you listen to?
It's a mix between 80s and 90s.
Okay.
R&B.
Okay.
And today's hits.
And today's hits. You sold that just like you're doing a promo for the station. Thank you, Marshall.